So in today's modern world, technology has become part of our daily life. So mobile phones, tablets and computers help us communicate, study and access information. So however, when this usage becomes excessive, it can lead to addiction, and it will affect our emotions, relationship, and focus, and even our spiritual well-being. So our purpose today is not to blame anyone, but to understand this issue more deeply, and explore solution through the guidance of Quran, Sunnah, and Islamic counseling principles. So with me today are four respected panelists. Each one will address different aspects of this topic. I will move from one panelist to the next so that our audience can follow clearly and comfortably. So without further delay, I will begin moving to our first panelist, Adiba, who will explain the meaning of gadget addiction and the early warning signs that many people overlook. So Adiba, you may begin.
Aku tak mau pandang pandang. Dah.
Thank you, moderator. Gadget addiction refers to a condition where a person becomes excessively dependent on their phone or electronic devices to the point that it interferes with daily functioning. People who experience this addiction often feel uncomfortable or anxious when their phone is not being reached, even for a short period of time. Some individuals wake up in the morning and immediately check their phone, not because something urgent happened, but simply out of habit. Then they think about their phones even while doing other tasks and feel restless when they cannot check it. The more they rely on their devices for entertainment or emotional comfort, the higher the risk of addiction. In Islam, balance is essential. Using gadgets is not prohibited, but when they dominate our time, distract our hearts and make us neglect important responsibilities such as studying, interacting with family, and fulfilling our obligations to Allah, then it becomes a serious issue. Recognizing these signs really is important, so we can prevent further harm.
Alright. So thank you to Adiba for that explanation. I hope our beloved audience can improve and more knowledge about gadget addiction. So we will move to the next panel, Shakira, who will discuss why gadget addiction is becoming so common among teenagers and adults today. So Shakira.
Thank you, moderator. Gadget addiction occurs easily because the human brain is naturally drawn to fast and agile stimulation. Social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are designed to keep users hooked. Short videos provide instant satisfaction, triggering dopamine, which makes the brain want more and more. Another common cause is emotional escape. Many young people feel stress from school, family pressure, or personal issue, and then they turn to their phone as a way to escape reality. Over time, this escape becomes a dependency. Spiritual emptiness also contributes to addiction. When the heart is not filled with remembrance of Allah, it becomes vulnerable and seeks comfort in temporary pleasure. Allah mentions in Surah Al-A'raf that people have hearts but do not use them to understand. When the heart is not nurtured, the outside world easily takes over. That is why gadget addiction spreads so quickly. It feels gadget addiction has significant emotional consequences. Individuals who are addicted often experience mood instability. They may get irritated easily when interrupted during phone use, feel anxious when they cannot access the internet, or find it difficult to focus on studies or work. This dependency makes it hard for them to sit still or relax without a device. The spiritual impact is even more concerning. When someone spends too much time online, their connection with Allah slowly weakens. They may delay their prayers, rush through their worship, or reduce their Quran reading. Slowly, the heart becomes empty and restless. Allah tells us in Surah Al-Rad that only through the remembrance of Allah do hearts find true peace. But when someone replaces remembrance with constant scrolling, that peace is lost and replaced with anxiety and dissatisfaction.
So, thank you to Imani for that insightful explanation. So now I will move to our last panel, Fazana, who will share with us Islamic counseling solutions to help reduce gadget addiction.
Thank you, Shahada, as our moderator for today. Okay, so now let's focus to Islamic counseling solution. Islamic counseling focuses on strengthening the heart and managing the desire of nafs. One of the primary approaches is zikr therapy. When people repeat zikr regularly, their heart will become calm and they will feel less dependent on digital entertainment for comfort. Another effective method is muraqabah, which is the awareness that Allah is always watching us. When some person feel the awareness in their heart, they will naturally become what we call more disciplined and avoid excessive or harmful behavior. Okay. Next, we also encourage simple digital discipline, which are you can try put your smartphone away from you, usually during your free times, and maybe you can avoid screen time before you want to sleep, and you also can set. I think everyone have this in your smartphone, which is set limit the set screen time for daily use. I think you guys know about that, because these small steps can slowly revert our self-control. In Islamic counseling, empathy and gentleness are essential. A counselor may say, I understand it is difficult to you to avoid to stop scrolling, but you are not alone. Let us work together step by step. And this tone can help the individuals to build their understand and motivated them to change.
Yes. So thank you to our panel, Fazana, for that explanation and meaningful advice.
Okay, before we proceed further, I would like to ask our audience a question. Have you ever felt anxious or uneasy when your phone was not with you or when your internet connection was slow? If yes, what emotion did you experience at that moment?
Yes, I have felt the way before. Whenever I can find my phone, I start to panic. My heart beat fast, and I feel nervous as if I'm missing something important. So sometimes I feel uncomfortable even when nothing is actually happening. It hurts me.
Thank you for sharing that honesty. What you described is a very common early sign of gadget dependence. The anxiety you felt shows that the device has begun to occupy an important place in your emotional state. The good news is that it can be managed as soon we become aware of it and take small steps toward change.
Then I would like to ask Brenda something. I have tried many times to reduce my screen time, but every time I try and I'm going back to my phone without even realizing it. But what is the simplest way for someone like me to start reduce my phone usage and my screen time? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That is a very important question, and many people have struggled to face it. The simple way to begin is not to force yourself to stop suddenly, but to choose way where you completely separate yourself with smartphone. The easiest starting point is during your prayer time, which is you can put your smartphone away from you and you can silence your notification and you can focus entirely to your worship. When you successfully do this 5 times a day, it means you are already training your brain to detach from your phone. Once you get used to this, you can add more phone-free moments, such as during meals or maybe 1 hour before you sleeping. With a lot of free times, you will notice that your dependence slowly decreases. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah, with that we have reached the end of our forum today. Throughout this meaningful session, we have gained valuable insight into the issue of gadget addiction, which is from its definition and contributing factors to its emotional, psychological, and spiritual impact. So, more importantly, we have learned how Islamic counseling approach can guide us towards self-control, balance, and healthier relationship with technology. So, this forum reminds us that gadgets, when used wisely, are tools that brings benefit. However, when we misuse, they can distract us, our heart, weaken our relationships, and distance us from our true purpose in life. So Islam teaches us the importance of moderation, which is wasatiyah, the management and the accountability for how we spend our time, energy, and attention. So here, I would like to take this opportunity to express my deepest appreciation and gratitude to all our respected panelists for sharing their knowledge and experience and also thoughtful perspective. So your contribution has truly enriched our understanding and provide practical guidance that we can apply in our daily life. So my sincere thanks also go to our audience for your active participation, thoughtful attention, and genuine interest throughout the forum. So as we conclude, let us reflect on what we have learned today and strive to implement small but meaningful changes, which is setting boundaries in gadget use, prioritizing real humans connection, strengthen our spiritual practices, and nurturing our mental and emotional well-being. So may Allah grant us wisdom in managing our time, discipline in controlling sessions, bless our efforts towards self-improvement and guide us to live a balanced, purposeful, and spiritual healthy life. With that, I officially conclude our forum today. Thank you for joining our small forum session today. With that, I officially conclude our forum today. Thank you for joining our small forum session today, and I will proceed with wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.